Pickaxe.
Hello! Ho, ho, ho! And welcome to a very festive YOMP! Hello and welcome to YOMP. It's a movie discussion podcast. YOMP, it's an acronym. Ye Old Movie Podcast. And we're discussing Christmas movies in our fourth Christmas Holiday Festive Spectacular Special. Who are we? Well, we is me, Simon Diggy Lane, the Honeydew Man. And I am joined by the ever festively fragrant G-Star Games.
Hello! Ho, ho, ho! Welcome to another special episode of YOMP. And, yeah, we've done a lot. We've covered a lot. Some good, mostly bad. But joined by me is the lovely...
This is just a special Christmas treat for you there.
Oh my god!
Go on, introduce her, G-Star. I think we're going to mix the thing up.
Blend! I love Blend! Hello, Blend!
Brenda's here, and I'm her handler, and you can call me Boof or Sophie. She just sat up to purr when G started talking. She was like, "Ooh, that's G-Star Games. I love G-Star Games. I love her. She's great." Brenda is my cat. She is... How old are you now, Bren? You are 13. She's an avid movie watcher. Avid. She sits on my knee whenever I watch a film, and also now when I talk about film, and when I'm not talking about film, when I'm on the toilet, all the time.
I'm gonna ask her for her rating at the end of this. So.
Of course. Hopefully she'll still be here and hasn't buggered off to eat a biscuit. Bren, could you introduce Briony, please? Because we have a special... I introduced Briony. We've got a special guest. Brenda, who's here? Who is it? Oh, yeah. Who's that? Yeah? Okay. It's Briony. We've got Briony, a little festive treat. She's the little gingerbread lady that is sitting among the gingerbread house that I have demolished and eaten today. Welcome, Briony.
Hello, thank you for having me. I feel like I'm already being upstaged as a guest. Should I purr into the mic as well?
Go on. Go with a little Christmas purr.
Don't set the furries off.
Yeah, that's true.
I would have loved to have heard some bunny, chirps. You know, those little sounds. They're kind of chirpy, right? Or
Jerry grunts because he's a grumpy boy.
Oh. Yeah, my bunny always grunted. He was a growler. And it was really funny because it scared my friends away, and he was just going ruh, ruh, because he didn't want.
That's what he does.
Yeah, he didn't want anyone near the guinea pig because the guinea pig was his boyfriend.
Oh, what the fuck?
We had to neuter him because
just like Love Island.
Yeah, we had to neuter Toby the bunny because obviously we didn't want any hybrid babies happening.
I don't think that's how that works.
Oh. Also, he kept pissing up the patio doors.
Yeah.
He was a bad bun.
Well, that's put us right in the festive spirit.
Oh.
We watched. It was randomly selected, and this worked out so well. It's a my pick. Rare Exports: A Christmas Tale, and. We had a G-Star Games pick, we had an audience pick, we had a Booth pick, and we had a Simon pick. We had 2 naughty films and 2 nice films. It couldn't have worked out better.
We made the vegan watch this.
That's right. We watched Briony, the vegan, watch just all those dead animals. We
watched Briony, who watched we watched. We all watched.
I don't think there's been a less vegan-friendly film on YOMP than this.
I was, honestly, any time there was any sort of, like, animal, I was just like, oh, poor Briony. Oh, my God.
Yeah. I forgot that there's, like, just a pig's head hanging off of a hook.
The man is a butcher. The whole thing.
Yeah.
The whole thing of this film is that they are in Finland, Lapland. That's where it is, Lapland. And
Lapland.
Lapland. And they are butchers, they are hunters, and they export reindeer meat, caribou. And the kid's dad is the butcher who will chop everything up. And Simon's like, yeah, this is fucking festive. And we see someone hacking up a reindeer.
When that scene happened where he was like butchering the pig and the little son walks in and he keeps his eyes closed. And I was like, that's me.
Oh,
That's Briony, the little kid.
So
I loved him.
I did warn Briony beforehand
You
that
did.
there would be dead animals.
okay.
And what did you reply with?
I said, Alex is going to watch it with me and tell me when I can look again.
Oh, that is so cute.
Oh God!
So I
that's
literally,
so cute.
because obviously it had subtitles. So during that scene, I held up a cushion high enough so that I was just reading what they were saying and I didn't watch
Yes.
the actual stuff.
I'm glad. I'm so glad. So it was right to pre-warn you, and also that you've got a loving husband who will take the brunt of the atrocities for you.
Yeah. Shield me from the world.
Yeah, that's what husbands are for, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Simon, what's the gist of this film? What have you got for a little
Oh,
rundown?
a brief synopsis of this
Yeah, that's-
film
that's the
is
word.
that there's a mountain in Finland. It's on the Finland-Russian border,
Oh, yeah.
and this is a real life mountain. It's not CGI. It is in folklore, Finnish folklore, where Father Christmas actually lives.
What?
So this is based on a real folklore.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
And there's a mining operation that are trying to dig up Santa. For what reason, I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah.
But guess what? It all goes a bit bad
Yeah.
because Santa isn't alone. He has his helpers.
But you don't know
No.
that, which I found very entertaining. I thought it was great.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
I,
thought that-
particularly
Yes.
enjoyed the onslaught of old man Dick on.
I was watching
Can we
this.
clip that?
Let's clip that. I wrote down in my notes, this is G's favourite bit when they were hosing off the old men in the showers.
It was like just penis, or as they say in Finland, pipeli,
Billy.
pipeli. I've been playing
Aw.
Alan Wake. Obviously the developers of Finnish, and they've got these two brothers who do commercials for in the game, and they're like advertising their beer called Arma beer, and they're like, oh, Arma beer is great, and you can do it. You can have it when you're fishing. You can have it when you can have it in the sauna, and you can use it to hide your pippeli. And I'm like, oh, for God's sake.
I fucking love Finns. I love Finland and
They
I love the
are.
Finnish.
They're great.
I have
They're really great.
I have friends. I have one friend who she's Canadian. She moved to Mexico for a bit. She was supposed to move to London, but then she moved to Finland and got married, and her life just looks so beautiful and
Oh.
incredible. And she was like, come and visit. And I was like, I will. And then I've got another friend who he's been in my streams since like almost day one. Shout out to NR7. I don't know whether he bothers listening to this shit.
Oh.
He has been. He's Finnish and he is so fun. I mean, fun is difficult for Finns.
They are mostly depressed alcoholics.
Yeah. They have one of the best sense of humours though, because it's just so dry. Is their sense of humour? It's great.
I feel like a lot of like Nordic and Scandinavian like sense of humor is that sort of very dry humor. Like there's a guy who I sometimes watch his TikToks and he's from Iceland, I think.
Ooh.
And just some of the stuff he comes out with is just so like a lot of it all the comments will just be people being like, wait, what is it? Is he being serious? What? But I
don't get
I
it.
do love him.
Oh my goodness, Brenda
So
has
this
curled
is-
up.
I think this is our second Finnish film because of Iron Sky.
What? Iron Sky was Finnish?
It was
I
Finnish.
don't remember that.
I am
Oh.
loving all the Finn The Findom.
Oh my god.
That's something else, Sophie.
Yeah. So
I love it anyway.
I used to watch a lot of Formula One, but I don't know if he's like retired now. But Kimi Räikkönen was one of the drivers for Lotus, I think. But then he went to like Ferrari and stuff. But anytime he would go, he'd be on the radio. Anytime he would be in an interview, so dry. So like doesn't give a fuck, doesn't have time. I remember they were like telling him to do something while he was driving, and he replied back to his team like, stop, I know what I'm doing, I know how to drive. Like, just so icy and so dry and just straight to the point. And it's like, they don't fuck around. I mean, they're from cold places, so maybe they're just like odd,
Yeah. I loved it. And I didn't, I wasn't completely repulsed by the main kid. He was quite sweet.
Yeah.
That's saying something, me as
a bit of a
child hater. I am, well, not a hater. I'll deal with them, but I'm not fussed. I don't go, wow, that kid is adorable.
I want to know what G was going to say, because it's almost like she was going to say the opposite.
I hated him.
I mean, for child actors, they were okay. Like, you can see, like, with some child actors, they can just be insufferable, right? But I thought they did a pretty bang-up job. But he was a bit... I mean, obviously, he's meant to be annoying sometimes, right? Like, his dad will tell him 1,000 times to not do something. And before he even finishes the sentence to not do something, the kid is already starting to do what the dad said not to do. And I'm just like... Stop! But I guess that's the point, because obviously we see at the end the kid's like, I am a strong Finnish boy and I
don't need no dad.
Don't need no dad, exactly. So,
and a good boy at that.
Yeah.
He was a very good boy. He was willing to sacrifice himself for the good of all of the children, not only in his village, but in the world, I assume.
So how do you think this whole helper thing works? Is it like a zombie virus? Because the first helper that they find, the one that we think is Santa, and they think is Santa, they put on the butcher's slab and they're prepared to saw up. That guy, he had a passport, an American passport, and he had like the radio and everything. Was he that guy but changed into a helper?
I thought he was that, or he was one of the workers that were excavating
He was one of the excavators, but I thought that he might have eaten Brian Greene or killed him, or killed him. I mean, you can eat someone without killing them,
But why take his passport and radio?
Because he just felt like it, I guess.
Because these Santa's helpers are like these mindless things that just act on like Santa's will, which is another thing. Like, is there like a hive mind between the original Santa who's frozen in his big block of ice and all these helpers?
I think you're right, Simon. I think it's like a zombie thing, because they wouldn't have just like excavated like 30 men.
Well, I sort of wondered if it was like they've just been sort of lurking around the outside, and now that Santa's coming back, they're sort of coming out the woodwork sort of thing, just like, oh, daddy's home sort of thing.
Oh my God. Nobody noticed in all these years there's just naked old men just in the forest.
To be fair, it's
naked
Finland.
old men everywhere.
There's naked old men hanging out in saunas, jumping into frozen lakes and getting out back in the sauna.
That's probably not that unusual, to be fair.
Hitting themselves with sticks. That's just what Finland is.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments or whatever if you are Finnish.
A naked old man.
If you are a naked old man.
Naked old man.
I mean, we've got one here today, Simon.
Yes, I am fully nude. Just grey, wispy pubes out,
Oh, Simon!
ready to be hosed down.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So much old man penis in this, honestly.
I was loving it. I thought it was hilarious.
It reminded me of. Did you ever see? There was this video that went around the internet like.
Don't say
10
lemon party,
years
please.
Not that one.
Oh my god. G-Star Games. This is Briony you're talking to.
So I've come
Sweet,
to learn
innocent Briony.
that Briony is not so sweet, innocent, wholesome as
What do
we
you
all...
mean? How dare you?
That's slander. Lies and slander.
I'm
This was the first
sorry.
penis I'd ever seen.
Oh my god.
But there was this video that was, I think it was called like 9 Naked Men, and it was set in this town in Wales, and it's just this song that encourages men to like, it's sort of like a zombie virus in a way, but men just like whip their clothes off and join in the naked men marching down the road. I think it's called A Heap of Trouble. If you Google A Heap of Trouble, you'll find this video.
If you want to watch a bunch of naked men, a heap of trouble,
Yeah, that's the way.
2001 film, comedy short film by Steve Sullivan. It's on Vimeo if
do
you
they
want to
just-
watch it.
Do they just march and that's it? Or do
Yeah,
they do like
they
anything
just sing a
ominous?
song that it's just them marching along singing a song that is 9 naked men just walking down the road will cause a heap of trouble for all concerned, and then that's it. They just repeat that and more men join in.
Okay. Wholesome, I guess. I thought it was something like ominous.
Oh my god, that's yep. You cock out and everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
Welsh
And they're
cock,
just
not
walking.
Finnish cock.
They're walking down like this nice suburb, and all the families are just losing their mind and running into their
like
houses.
sending their kids indoors and stuff.
There's an ice cream man in his van.
Ice cream man in his van.
I know a bit of lemon party lore though, if you want that. As well.
Go on.
I would love to hear your lemon party lore, Briony.
So again, in the early days of the internet, someone bought the website dermotoleary.com and hosted lemon party off of it until he had to buy it off of them.
I love that.
Oh,
Wow. That is fantastic. What
Briony,
a
were you a
genius.
big fan of Dermot O'Leary and you went to check out his website? Is that how you discovered this?
I don't remember why I know this because I know one other thing about Dermot O'Leary and that's it. So I don't know why.
What
This
is the other thing you... Let's hashtag subscribe to Dermot O'Leary Facts.
He does the same thing I do with his plates and bowls, where every few months he moves the bottom ones to the top so that they have a chance to fulfill their destiny.
I can't even. What is that?
Because I get,
No,
I
that's
get
really
sad
clever.
if there's like a bowl at the bottom that I'm like, well, you should be chosen as well. So occasionally I just move them to the top, and Dermot O'Leary does that as well.
Do you know what I do to do that? Is that I don't do the washing up. So they all get to
Yeah.
use. They all get to
Everything
fulfill
gets
their.
used.
Yeah, everything gets used. Everything fulfills its destiny by being a dirty plate in the sink, and mugs especially. I'm like I never
Can
knew
I
how
hear
many.
purring again?
Yes, she's been purring this whole time. I never realised how many mugs I had, right? Until I stopped using mugs for a while. And then, because, you know, I just stopped
Using
drinking.
in this. Oh, okay.
I just stopped drinking things that you would drink out of a mug, really. Tea and coffee and stuff. I didn't really drink it that much. And my cupboards were so full. And this was when my mum decided to help me. She emptied the dishwasher and she was like, oh, I don't know where these mugs go. I'll put them in this cupboard here, which was a bread bin. I was like, thanks, Mum.
Oh, bread
now,
bin. Okay.
I've been drinking so many cups of tasty tea and coffee that I've run out of mugs again.
I just reuse the same mug, like
Yeah.
over and over again. Give it a rinse down.
No, I'm
give
a
it,
bit weird
I give
like
it a
that.
wipe with a bit of wet kitchen towel to get all the stain off.
God, I had a roommate in uni who had like that big like Sports Direct one, which I'm
Oh,
sure
fuck.
loads of
yeah.
people do. Yeah. And like I'd look like on the inside of it and it was just brown. Cause like he clearly just
Lathes. if we do a YOMP mug, we need to have a massive Sports Direct scale mug.
Oh my god.
We need to make this happen.
Did I show you? I have two very large mugs, and neither of them are Sports Direct. One of them is a mug that I got from a bargain shop around here because it was just massive and it's got the state of Texas on it. Like, where the fuck does a bargain shop get a massive Texas mug from? And there was loads. From this same shop, I got pot noodle mugs that were in the shape of pot noodles. Anyway, and the other one is a Blackpool Pleasure Beach mug with Mr. Funshine on it, and it is fantastic. My mum's got one too.
I'm sorry, Mr. Funshine.
Yes.
What is that?
Do you need me to explain Mr. Funshine to you?
No,
The Blackpool mascot or something.
It's the Blackpool mascot, the Blackpool Pleasure Beach mascot. He's a shiny, happy man.
Yeah, and he's a son, right?
He's a son.
Like a
He's
big
my son. He's my big son.
My son.
I'm wow, that's
When I went to Blackpool Pleasure Beach this summer, I bought all the fucking merch. I got the mug, I got the socks, I got the t-shirt, and I got the car air freshener, and I got the duvet set.
And you got a bucket of chips
I got a bucket of chips, but there was no Mr. Funshine on that.
it kind of reminds you of Nuka World a little bit with that face.
It's great, isn't it? If we have an apocalypse, I know where I'm going.
Oh my gosh. At first I saw the cheeks as the eyes and I was like, that's terrifying.
Oh God.
It
is terrifying.
He's scary anyway, but he's been there since the start. I love him. He's
the dawn of time.
This is the dawn of time. He's the only thing that smiles in Blackpool. So
maybe he's buried underneath in the ground where the pleasure beach is, kind of like Santa was.
I'm gonna have to dig him up.
Why is it a pleasure beach? Is there like a business beach as well?
Oh my God.
Yeah, but it's not like you're not really supposed to talk about the business beach.
You go to like the beginning area, and then there's just someone standing there going, business or pleasure? And then they just direct you to either one.
You. And you go, I'm not really sure. And then they just send you down.
The problem is, when you go to the business beach, you have to check in at reception, and they ask if you have an appointment.
Yeah, yeah.
And if you don't have one, you ain't getting on the beach.
And there was me taking shits on it because I thought it was that sort of business beach.
Jesus Christ.
Shitting on the beach. Just shit. Hey, if the donkeys can do it, I can do it.
There's a fucking an arty like cleaner scooping up these turds. And he's like, there must be a very big dog around here.
Tell you what, though, so on our local like Facebook chat group thing, you know, like where you have like your local area that's got like a group where you post things.
Yeah.
People have been walking their dogs at night so that they don't have to pick up the shit.
G-Star Games, do we have an update on the bags of shit?
No, well, I mean, people have been posting about it, so I assume it must have stopped, but I'm not sure.
I totally forgot about this.
Yeah. I can't
Briony's
believe
gonna
people
have to be kept up to speed on this.
Oh, yeah, sorry, Briony, context. So in my building, people have been complaining about, I don't know if it's one person or multiple people, just throwing like doggy shit bags on like a piece of grass near the building, like out their window, or just passerbyers, and like people have just been going nuts. They're like, oh, that is disgusting. Which one are you?
Passerbyers is, of course, the plural of passerby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
It's passers-by.
Passers-by.
Yeah.
Wow, that's... Yeah. The more you know.
Oh, 2 twins beds, please.
Oh my God. Beverly Loughlin reference. Nice.
The more I think about that movie, the more I think, good movie. It's
honestly
growing on me.
It's probably the best film I watched this year.
Oh my God.
Wow.
In hindsight, it's really stuck with me. Man, really
Briony's
stuck
going to
with me.
have to watch it.
Which film is this?
An Evening with Beverly Loughlin. I did recommend it to you in the office when we spoke.
Oh.
at one time.
It's got the ever wonderful Matt Berry. It's got
Aubrey
Plaza. And I can never remember the guy's name. The guy who actually plays Beverly Loughlin. He's the guy from The
Daryl
Office.
from The Office.
Yeah, Daryl from... That's all I will ever remember. Daryl from The Office. Good film. Good film. I've changed my tune on it. It's...
Oh.
Yeah, it's... The more I've thought about it, the more I go, you know what? I mean, when a film is, you know, when you think about it randomly, right? It's clearly something that was unique and generally, you know, good.
I love it. Yeah, yeah. When you think about a film for years to come, like that's the good shit.
Yeah, when it sticks with you.
Are we going to be thinking about rare exports?
We
A Christmas Tale.
We
for
should think
years.
about rare X. I mean,
I do.
It's
I think I will.
different. Yeah.
I think I will because it circumvented any expectations that I may have had.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to expect with it, and it was creepy, and then it took a complete left turn. I was like, this is fucking great.
Yeah, right? I was expecting like horror, like more horror, but it's sort of edged towards it and then backed away. Right?
It was great.
So like the thing with the straw kids, that is creepy. I won't deny that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's horrid.
Wow.
It's horrible, but like
And the man that they found, he was
In
he
the
was
spike
really
trap.
good. Yeah, he was really good at being creepy, especially when he was looking through the back window at Pietre.
Yeah, he could sniff. He could smell him. He's like,
Yeah, but
They
when he
got
was
great-
when he was in the
great
cage,
sense of smell when it comes
Yeah.
to kids and gingerbreads.
kind of creepy.
that's all
Well,
my
you
mum
know.
can smell now that she's brain damaged.
Oh, wow, what a thing to say. My lord.
Lady,
Wow.
can you smell the gingerbreads?
I like how you say her name like the Sega intro. Like, Sega lady.
Oh, lady, you're so silly. She's silly.
I do feel like when they realized that the guy was still alive, they made no attempt to like warm him up or anything. They literally just covered his face back over with a tarp. Like,
I
leave
think
him.
it's because the injuries that he had, he shouldn't have been alive.
And also, he's a foreigner, and they were not happy about that.
Oh my
They
god.
didn't want him to be digging up their mountain. They didn't, you know,
Yeah.
they were pissed off about that.
Mm. I
Brenda's
do
done a
like the
fart.
random. Oh, Blen.
Brad, could you not do
Jesus.
trumps on my knee?
I did like the twist when he said, "Oh, they've taken my wife's hairdryer," and I'm like, "That's fucking weird."
Oh yeah.
That was
and we
awesome.
see there's like an oven by the side of the road as they're driving to the airport.
I was like-
didn't notice
Yeah.
that.
I was like, what
There's
the fuck
all the
are they?
radiators have been ripped out of houses.
I was
Whoa.
genuinely like, what are they doing with all of this? Like, what? Because I didn't make the connection that these things are hot.
No,
See-
neither did I.
my understand, like immediately when they said that, I was like, they're getting rid of anything warm so that people have to like free up their fireplaces and their chimneys so that they can get into the houses and steal the kids. That's where I thought that was going, and I was like, oh no, they're just warming up the big
That's
guy.
actually quite clever, though. That's really good. Oh, and
Yeah,
the
that
kid
is-
putting the bloody bear trap in the fucking fireplace. I mean, genius.
Almost killing his dad.
Oh my god.
Fucking hell.
Oh my goodness. What else was there?
And there's that scene the night before when Dad puts some hunk of meat in the oven. It burns in the morning. It's burnt to shit. But he also makes gingerbreads, plural, for his son to eat. And he has like an emotional moment. Because I think, you know, it's Christmas, the mother isn't around, and Dad just sort of has a little emotional moment. He has a bit of a cry. And that
Yeah.
was sweet. And they didn't like just outwardly explain, like he didn't say, "So son, as you know, your mother is dead." You know, they didn't.
yeah.
It was
They
nice
didn't-
and subtle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was a very nice moment. It was, you know, you can do a lot with just, actions and like subtle dialogue to give more context to the story. And I thought they did that really nicely.
Yeah. And I love that it's like from the very start, it's set up that the kid is scared of Santa. Like, soon as he learns the history of Santa during the opening credits, like that's such a good sequence.
It is.
Of
It's
him
really
just-
good.
Those books were crazy, right? Like the ones with all the pictures and Santa's like boiling kids and like flashing them, and I'm like, oh my fucking god, dude, this is ooh.
Well,
Creepy.
my sort of like understanding of the film as a whole was that was what it was trying to emanate, sort of like that like sanitization of folklore for a commercial purpose. So in the end, they were like taking what were these like creepy old guys and they were teaching them how to be this perfect image of Santa so that they could then sell them on. So it was just sort of mirroring what's happened to fairy tales over the years, where we do see Santa, like they said about the Coca-Cola Santa, like that's our image. Whereas when you look back, it's all like Sinterklaas and Krampus, and it is very creepy, but we don't get that style of it anymore.
So is it not Saint
Bryony's
Nick?
too smart for this.
I was going to say, she's a fucking genius, first of all. Like, I did not, because at the end I was confused. I was like, okay, so they're going to, because the kid just pulls out a random number of like how much they can sell these Santas. And I'm
Plus
like, okay.
VAT.
Yeah, 20% or whatever.
So, first of all, that's not a random number. That was what they were willing to ransom their Santa for, because that was how much their reindeer were worth.
Yeah.
So they wanted to be
Well, the millions, right? Because it went into the millions. Are we talking about the whole...
because they're okay. Let me explain this. First of all, they lost all of their reindeer. It was 433 dead reindeer. And they worked out that the value of those dead reindeer is $85,000 plus 22% VAT. Then they were going to ransom off the Santa to Riley, the boss of the mining operation, for $85,000 so that they would get back the money they were owed, the money that they would have lost. So, if a single Santa Claus is worth $85,000, then 198 would be worth $16.8 million plus 22% VAT. So they didn't just pull these numbers out of nowhere.
So, but who were they selling these Santas
To whoever, they set up their company Rare Exports at the very, very end of the film.
And I went,
And they ship
they've
out
said
Santa's
that's
helpers.
the name of the film.
I don't know who is buying them.
That's
though.
what, yeah. So that was what's confusing to me, because I'm just like, okay, I understand what they're doing, but who in God's green earth is going to buy these guys?
Because surely Santa Claus's helpers are just like minimum wage workers that managed to pass the what's it called, the CRB check.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Because when okay, first of all, when we saw the big block of ice with whatever the fuck was in the middle of it,
Santa.
like I was
The real
disappointed.
Santa.
I was disappointed because I wanted to see something. I wanted to see this big bad,
Big bad
Santa. Big bad Santa, exactly.
Oh
So-
my God. Oh, the banger.
Music kicks in.
I wanted to see, because I saw like horns sticking out, but they were
Yeah.
huge, right? So I'm like, what the fuck is that?
And they took the horns, and I'm like wondering why they sell them. Ivory?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I assume
Oh,
they
yeah.
were going to
Not
sell.
quite sure.
I did find like throughout the film, every time I thought like, oh, okay, it's going to be about this, it would just veer off. Like
Yeah, it was,
when initially they were trying to cut up the old guy, I was like, oh, okay, it's going to be like a parallel between how the son is lying about his crime and now his dad's also going to be covering up his crime. And it's going to be about communication between fathers and sons and stuff. And then it was just like, no, he's alive, he's fine. And I was like, okay, no.
So much happens in this film, and it's like, it's under 80 minutes minus the credits at the end. It's crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot that happens. Like the guy whose fucking potato sacks have all been This is
Oh my
stolen.
God.
And then you just see like mountains and mountains of like potatoes in his warehouse. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why?
All those sackless potatoes. Shaking my head.
Shaking my damn head.
I love
But that's to put the kids in.
during that bit, when they're like, "Oh, look, your son Yuso is missing, and this creepy doll is in his bed," and he's just like, "Nah, he's fine." It's like, okay,
Yeah, he's just gone out. He just sometimes wanders off with his gun into the wilderness where there are wolves.
yeah,
Those
Russian
kids
wolves.
they're Finnish kids are hard.
they're
They
built
can,
different.
he gives him a gun. He's like,
He
"Here, have a gun."
did. And I was like, if that kid uses that gun, he's going backwards. Like the recoil is sending him into orbit. There's no way. But he does
Yeah.
shoot it at one point, and he doesn't move. Apparently,
he's got
so-
a good stance. He's like,
right.
Good Finnish legs.
yeah, strong Finnish legs, which we get to see because at the beginning he's just walking around in his underpants, and his dad's like, "Put some trousers on, you fucking weirdo."
Oh my God. When he's walking around and his chunky jumper is like blue pants that are like something from the 70s, is like mop hair, I was like, oh my God, that was me in the 80s. I looked like that kid, only
Aw.
more ginger.
Aw. Did you have a
I-
little
I-
round face?
I did.
Oh,
I did.
I like that he made the effort of like putting on the snow boots, but just didn't think to, get some actual trousers.
It's
So-
like when you're in bed and you're slightly too warm, so you put a leg out, but you can't have your foot out because then the monsters will eat your feet, obviously.
Oh, joke's on you!
It's like
I
that.
always put my foot out.
It's
I
too
want the
risky.
monster to get them.
Oh no, now I'm thinking of Talk to Me
Oh,
with the foot sucking scene.
oh,
have you seen that, Briony?
actually made me nauseous for a second.
I got told about it by Lewis because he was like, I watched it with G and Simon, so of course they loved that bit.
I love how
You're getting bundled in now.
this is how much Lewis loved that film. He's telling everybody about it. He just loved it. He loved it more than G and Simon. I'm just
Oh
going.
yeah, he watched it again. He actually
Yeah.
watched it twice.
That's what
I
people.
think he likes to see people's reactions. He likes to watch films with people to gauge their reactions.
Yeah,
And he was looking over at me and G at the foot scene. We were both looking at G.
yeah.
And then she just loses her shit and starts hitting me.
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it.
Just lost her fucking mind.
It's like when it's like when all these coincidences line up and you're just like, what the fuck? What the? And I just lost my
An
shit.
Australian film with foot sucking, and then at the very end they speak Greek.
Yeah,
It was like
the coincidences just didn't
made for
stop.
G-Star games.
But it just made me feel so uneasy. Whereas this film didn't. I mean, obviously, it's kind of creepy in a way. Like, but it didn't
Yeah.
like border too much into the gore or like thriller. It just sort of towed
See
the
a lot
line.
of dead reindeer.
Yeah, but that was CGI, and it just didn't like.
No
walk
reindeer
that.
were harmed, Briony. No
Well,
reindeer were harmed.
From what I could see, it looked as if they just like laid furs down and then covered them in blood because they were very like they're meant to have been like completely devoured, aren't they? So it just
Right.
seemed like they'd put those around. But one of the shot when the dad initially saw those reindeer, they had like this like trombone like dolly zoom shot of him there, and I was like, that's so much effort to go to for just this quick reaction shot. There were like so many shots like that in this where I was like, they've thought this through. I was impressed. I
So,
love it.
for listeners that don't know, Briony is a professional camera operator.
That was Bryony's job. She's very good at it as well. She's also now a professional editor, professional streamer, professional bunny mother.
Professional
Yes.
griefer.
But it's like, do you know the types of shots I mean? Where it's like in the first Lord of the Rings when they're like, get off the road, and it has that where they stay perfectly in frame, but the background will change.
Yes, yeah, it like
Yeah.
zooms in. Yeah.
They have
so-
like they have the camera on like rails and they adjust the zoom as it's moving. so that it's like changes the focal length of everything.
And it creates this uneasy feeling.
Yeah, it's cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is this the part, like, because I think we mentioned this when we watched Bram Stoker's Dracula, and I think I mentioned that, was it, I don't know if it's the same, it's when it looks down, when it's sort of like, I think they did it first in Vertigo, the movie Vertigo, and it's sort of like, I don't remember the name of it though.
The dolly zoom.
Is it the dolly zoom? Can it be done at like different angles? Like if it's straight or if it's up, if it's down?
The principle will be the same, yeah.
Cool.
We once did one on Holby City.
Wow.
What was that? It was like, I'm sorry, but we can't remove the lamp from your anus.
Dun, dun, dun.
I think that's Casualty, Simon.
I don't know the theme to Holby City. No one does.
No one does.
Casualty, unfortunately, is just far superior, in my opinion.
Well, that's why they've cancelled Holby now.
Yeah. Doctors is so bad. It's like daytime Casualty, Holby City, but nothing happens.
It's all creatures great and small, but with humans.
All humans great and small. All doctors big and fat.
Oh my God.
It was terrible. I used to watch the Casualty.
Is this a British thing?
Yeah.
It must be right.
Okay. When we're together, I'm just going to hang out and make you watch loads of fucking shit.
Like
daytime telly.
Nice.
That's top of the list. You got to watch Bottom with you.
It's so funny because I was looking on eBay for stuff on Bottom and the results were insane. There was stuff from the show, but I just didn't understand any of it. I was like, I don't know what I'm looking at here. Like, I don't know what any of this is.
The joys of eBay.
I will learn. Oh, actually, I was looking at this Japanese store on eBay to see like all the stuff that they had, and they had a like collector's edition Sylvanian family. Yeah. And it was in Japanese, and I was like, whoa, I know that. That's Booth likes that thing. I recognize that. And it was like £100.
Booth imported Sylvanian families from Japan.
Oh.
Because they are so cute. They are the seals. They are the floater family, Simon. The floater.
Is that where you got the TV that has the Twin Towers on?
Yeah, well, I was like, I want them to watch TV. And I was looking at tiny little dollhouse TVs, and there was one with the Twin Towers. I was like, so now the Sylvanian families are in the same universes. Or maybe it never happened there, you know? It could be fine.
I do love how cute this is, because, it's just like the dollhouse thing, but I guess it's got like the little pieces of furniture as well. Is that like, I nearly
bought a lighthouse, and then I was like, where the fuck am I going to put a Sylvanian family lighthouse? It lit up as well, and it was...
That is cute!
My Lego lighthouse that I built is still in the floor of my living room because it's too tall to fit on a shelf. It's in the floor.
How many inches is it? Sorry, how big is it? I don't know how to ask this question.
Do you want to know length or girth?
How many inches is your lighthouse? How many inches?
It's about 2 feet tall. I don't know.
Okay,
that's perfect size for me.
Yeah,
to climb into.
Yeah,
Jesus.
We'll just
Oh.
yeah. Booth can buy it. We'll turn it into an Airbnb, and Booth can live there, or she can just buy it straight up. In this economy, this is what we have to resort to.
I have a Sylvanian family canal boat that you can use to sail out to it as well if you want.
Oh my God. So when I was talking to my mum about Sylvanian family, she was like, I always wanted the canal boat. Oh. She loved it. And one of my ex-boyfriend's sisters had it, and I would play with that with her. She was about 9 and I was 16. So it was good fun. We had a laugh, me and her. I miss her. I hope she's doing well.
Oh,
that's so sweet.
She's a streamer now.
She's a streamer. She's talking about the time when this weird older girl decided that she wanted to play with Sylvanian families.
This weird emo girl playing with my Sylvanian families. I'm still picturing like a Sylvanian family of like little mice or voles or something, and they're in their canal boat and they're setting out on this choppy sea. with all these like dangerous rocks in order to get to a lighthouse to live in.
Oh.
But nothing
Are they
bad
gonna
can happen
survive
in
the
their world.
journey?
Yeah.
They're
be
gonna
fine.
fucking die.
Well, no,
got
that's
plot
why there's the
armor.
lighthouse there, so they can see the rocks.
God.
Oh, Briony's going to fucking love what I bought the other week, though. Okay. I wonder if I can find a picture. It's basically Grandma and Grandad Bunny. Okay. And the Grandad has a sailboat. Okay. And he also has a little pair of glasses to put on.
Oh my god.
I'm going to try and find... Anyway, they're so cute. I couldn't not get them. Because they're adorable.
My niece has all of my Sylvanian families now, and I'm glad that they're getting like a second lease of life. Now I've abandoned them.
I'm gonna be like, well, can I have them back? I want them. Briony said I could have these.
I kind of want them back. It's like the bowl situation, you know. They're getting love and attention, but from someone else.
I bought a dentist, a Sylvanian family dentist.
God.
It's a vole that runs it. They've also got 2 different doctors. You can either have a cat doctor or a rabbit doctor, just in case. They're called the chocolate rabbit grandparents.
Oh my God.
Hello, lovely boys.
They're making me think of the lint bunnies.
Oh my god, look how
Always eat
cute.
the ears first.
Look how cute they are. Look
Oh,
what
I love them so much.
Oh,
See, this is why I'm like, right, I'm going to spend £300 on Sylvanian families. Did I show you that I bought a shelf to put them on?
Aww.
Wait, I think you mentioned, but I don't know if you've ever showed us.
I'll find. I sent one to Boba because Boba's into it. Boba understands. Boba understands. Anyway, I finally put my shelf up of Sylvanian families, and yeah, I'm very proud of it. Very proud.
You need to show us. You need to.
I'll send you a
when you
picture.
get a picture.
I do
Oh my
have a
God,
picture somewhere.
their website is Comic Sans everywhere.
Oh my
I thought
god,
that was
this
just
is-
my setting because I set all of my default fonts to be Comic Sans.
no.
Of course you do.
This is like the Lego for British people, I feel like. I don't know. I mean, I say British people, but before I knew the context, it just felt very British. But it probably is it British? Or
Well,
is
you
it
can get
something
Calico
else?
Critters in the US and other places, but
Oh my god.
I think
that is
It was
so
originally a UK thing for the. I think Sylvanian families was. I've always associated it with. Did you ever read like the Brambley Hedge books?
yes,
Yeah, all of that sort of thing.
Brambly
They're
head.
Japanese. Sylvanian families.
Oh, is
It's
it?
Japanese originally.
that's why the Japanese book makes sense. Oh my god.
The toy line was originally titled Pleasant Friends of the Forest Epoch System Collection Animal Toy Sylvanian Families.
Rolls off the
Ooh,
tongue. Yep.
Actually,
Or Mori no Kaire Nakama Tachi Epokusha. Shi Sutami Korekushon Anima Ruto Shibaruna family. It literally ends family.
have
Oh
your
my
Sylvanian
god.
families? They've got a drink shelf. They've got Malibu and
Yeah,
some
they're
gin.
they're boozers. All right, they're boozers. I'll give you a tour. I've got my wizard up there. See, I bought these 2 outfits on. I bought actually the wizard, the clowns. I bought those outfits.
Oh, the clowns!
You see that little clown? Also, the wizard is a seal in there. He's perfect. I love him. He's my
Are the
favourite.
Did you
bells real
know?
on the clown? Do they jangle?
Yeah, they jingly jangle. You've got your rabbit grandparents. The chainsaw I also added to the clown. You see the vole dentist there? He's got a baby bear in the chair. He's going to remove all his teeth, apparently.
Oh.
You've got the trick or treat parade there. You've got the handsome brothers, which is 2 cats and a dog. They're gorgeous boys.
Handsome brothers.
They're not actually each other's brothers, but they're the older brothers of the various families.
Aww.
You'll see on the one of the shelves, there's a little cat in a blue dress. Candace actually chewed that little cat girl's head.
Oh, no.
Brenda's off.
Oh, and is that the insurance payout underneath?
Yeah, that's all the cash. That's all the cashola.
$85,000 plus 22% VAT.
85,000.
85, yeah.
As you can see, I've still got a couple of spaces that I could put
Oh my
more
god.
in.
I just found a fish and chips van.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh my god. I'm dying. I'm actually dying. This is the cutest thing.
love
get it
them so
now.
much.
I found a koala family. Oh my
yeah, they do.
god.
Oh, bloody
Oh,
hell,
bloody Kim. They've got koalas.
Bloody hell. I'm going to love them.
I have so many of them at home.
Oh, my god. This
I'll
has
be
become the
visiting them
Sylvanian
for
Family
Christmas.
podcast.
Yeah.
I've got a little. Oh my god! So I haven't opened the box yet because it's a Christmas set. They've got a Christmas tree. There's 2 Persian cats with carol sheets and little outfits on, and then there's 3 Persian kitten babies that have got wings on their outfits because they're like little cherubs flying around.
Oh
the
my
angels.
god.
A little angel.
Oh, that's so cute.
I like the name of this one. Baby Trio Hamburger.
Oh, the hamburger babies! You see, I know exactly which ones you're talking about as well.
He's dressed as a hamburger.
Oh
that one's
my-
dressed as fries.
Yeah, and one has a little drink.
There's
See,
a little
this-
shake.
This is why I do. This is why I'm like this. I'm like, you know
They're
what?
so cute.
Let's fucking go. I entered
They
a
are
competition because I spent £50 on the website. And I got a free bag, but I entered the competition to get the barge because they were doing that. I don't think I won the barge, honestly. It's fine though, it's fine. I bet it went to some kid that actually deserved it rather than me, a 34-year-old woman.
Oh my god, look at them! I'm gonna die.
That's my
They're
that's
so
my little
cute.
Christmas. So that's
Oh
back
my
around to
God.
Christmas, you see.
Yes, nice segue.
Yeah.
Oh
Did you
my
like
god.
in the film? I laughed because that kid decided to tape shut the last door on his advent calendar and then staple it shut.
Yeah. It really wound me up that he didn't do the staples across the actual gap of the door. So
Yeah.
it was just random.
He was just like, oh, you're not going to open it. But then I loved at the end when he's standing in front of the big door at the warehouse and it says 24 on it. And I was like,
It's
oh
so
my
good.
God. Yeah. There were so many like moments like that I thought, holy shit. Like that is so well thought out. I think 2 of my favorite lines from the film was the thing about Santa and the Coca-Cola. It's like, oh, the Coca-Cola Santa's a hoax.
It's like Alex Jones would say something like that.
Yeah. And then when the guy
Coca-Cola Santa's a hoax. How does he speak? He speaks like he's never drunk water in his life.
Yeah. No, he does sound like that actually.
It's all the lies that he's telling.
He's choking on him, yeah.
It's choking on the lies to make money. It's so full of shit that it's actually like hurting his throat.
Yep. That's very true. And then you've got the hairdryer line where he says a hairdryer is cutting edge technology in Russia or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay, sure, yeah.
That's their views on Russians. Just generally,
Yeah.
they don't get to have all the luxuries that they have there, such as hairdryers.
Hairdryers, yeah, very.
They just have wet hair forever in Russia.
I think historically the Finns and the Russians not being the best of friends.
No,
Could
no.
not tell
Maybe
from
someday.
the remarks from this movie. Oh, Jesus. They're very angry.
I also really loved the Christmas tree that the kid had. It was the thinnest little twig of a Christmas tree, and it had a little garland of Finnish flags on it. It was adorable.
That is so
Might do that.
cute.
And all the Christmas lights outside
Yeah, that was nice. I was-
to keep Santa away. I don't know. I'm not quite sure what.
It's just a
What the
feel.
theory
Just
was.
festive.
Yeah, very
taped-
festive.
He taped cardboard on his bum as well, because
So that if he got spanked by
it wouldn't
Santa,
hurt him as much.
Yeah.
Oh, that is cute. I didn't
So-
realize that.
He went to his dad and he was like, "You need to punish me. I've been bad, and you need to punish me," in hopes that if he was correctly punished, Santa wouldn't get him. So he brought him a
Yeah.
stick. I was like, please smack me.
Why didn't he get abducted though? Was he?
He was too smart, too
Because
wily.
the guy who fell in the pit.
Yeah,
I
the
guess
guy
he
was
was
coming after him.
Oh.
Had a little snack of pig's head before I go and just steal a child, but he didn't
Oh
get
my
there.
God,
That was his
yeah.
assigned helper that was going to. He had the sack with the doll in and everything.
Wait,
Ready
why
to
were
go.
there feathers in the pit? Was that ever explained?
No,
I think it was
don't
his
think so.
coat. A coat that he had. Even though he was completely
Ah.
naked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
It's
understand
just,
the feathers. There was a lot where I was just like, huh? What?
Where's like the little boy carrying around the dog all the time? I was like, this is going to turn into something, and then
Yeah,
just never.
and then it just didn't.
Vipper, which I think it's just woof in Finnish.
Oh,
Oh, it's
Aw.
cute. It's so fucking cute. But I was like, when he left him outside of the hangar, when they opened the.
Yeah,
right at the
that's
end,
when
I
he
was like-
became a man.
Oh.
So he put away his
yeah.
childish thing. And yeah, that's when he took control of the situation shortly after.
yeah.
When they
He
Yeah.
had his plan.
when they had the big icy boulder in the middle and they were like defrosting him, I was just like, it's kind of like they do with Mariah Carey every Christmas.
Maybe it was Mariah Carey and
Oh
they just
my God.
exploded her.
jeez.
Yes. Oh my God, there was so much like C4 or whatever, like TNT, like in that boulder. I was like, yeah, I think you've got enough. I think.
It was very fortuitous that they had so many explosives because of the excavation thing in the first place.
True.
How did the kid know that underneath that tarpaulin was all that TNT?
Well, I
'Cause he-
guess in the very
just whips
first
it
shot
off.
of the kid, they're next to those crates, so maybe he recognized the shape of the. I don't know.
I guess so.
Oh yeah, at the beginning, he when he was with his friend, when they made that hole in the fence to go up the mountain, he probably
Oh
saw.
my God.
Foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably saw that
My
that's where
God.
they were.
So many setups and payoffs in this movie.
There are, and I respect that, and I think, there was a lot of things that weren't just like some sort of weird afterthought. Because you recognize something and you go, oh my God, that's what that's for, and I thought it was very clever, and they did it really well in the allotted amount of time that they had.
Mm. Like the pen with the electric fence that was set up earlier.
Yes.
Yeah.
Had its payoff.
Oh, and the kid is like just pretend they're reindeer, and he was like, "Oh yes, I will."
I understand now.
Herding them in. It's like, oh, he's got it.
Did you were you pleased with the CGI?
I
Are you
think
happy about that?
there were so many shots that were so good that it made me disappointed when I saw CGI. I think like
Agreed.
the shot from above with the driving. I was like, don't really need that. It just feels a bit like out of place.
It all looked really weird. Like the when he was riding on there was the big ball bag of children hanging from the helicopter. Looked like a massive tri-testicled scrotum.
Yep.
The kid was riding on it and he was going, Yahoo! And I was like, for fuck's sake. But then I got to see loads of CGI naked men running. And I was like, yeah,
that was worth it.
that was worth it.
Well, it would have
Honestly-
been better if they had have cast the penises. I feel.
I feel like the CG in this film is on a par with that of The Great Gatsby, and that was $105 million.
He's not wrong. Like it does look pretty similar, actually.
It
So-
looks better. It looks way better. I
love
like it.
You've reminded me about the children now. When he realizes that his son is in one of them, there's no attempt to free any other children. He's just trying to find his one, and the little boy isn't even trying to like let any of the others out either. Just leave him wriggling.
And then they have to put him back in the sack to put him in the cargo net so the helicopter can fly off with him.
If they didn't die from, like, I don't know, hunger or whatever else, they certainly would have died from hypothermia in a sack that's in a bigger sack or like in
They're
like
in
a
the-
net.
In their Jimmy Jams.
Gee, they're Finnish.
Yeah, but
They're
they're being
fine.
flung around at high
They're
speed
fine.
in a
They've got that
helicopter.
sisu. They're going to be fine.
I would have died. I would
It's a
have
rite
just
of
died.
passage in Finland.
Right.
Yeah, every kid goes through that.
Yep.
The Christmas
Yep.
tradition.
You know.
Come on, kids, in the sack. Get
the helicopter. Time to simulate the Santa Claus and how he exports kids around.
Do you know what I find
Oh my
disappointing about this film, though? My one huge gripe is that the word perkele was only said twice, I think,
Yes.
from what I counted.
I didn't even hear it once, but I did hear them say Satana a lot,
Yeah. I had
which I'm happy
perkele.
about.
I think it's the first time is Mr. Pipperen says it to
Yes.
the helper
Yes, he
that
does.
they have in the butcher's slab.
Yeah, he calls him like an old devil, and it's perkele. And then
Oh.
the second time is... Let me find my notes. I took notes, okay? I wrote it all down. Okay,
I
there we
linked.
go.
Did you see? I linked in the YOMP chat the one of the shorts, the second of the shorts that this film is based on,
Yeah.
and the time code is when the guy takes a drink, throws the can on the ground, says "Pickle," and then Santa just explodes out of the crate, or rather, the Santa's helper explodes out of the crate.
Oh yeah.
He didn't want gingerbread and he ate his ear, I wrote down. And then there was a second, the second word. Where did I write it down? Maybe that was the second time. I wrote, fuck's sake. My notes, I mean, I just can't read them.
Mm.
I just can't
Can't
read them.
read?
Oh yeah.
You can't read.
He says it again, the same sort of time, the same sort of scene. And I wrote down, is a typical foreigner. Is this guy? They were like, he's an American. I was like, yeah, it's typical. You know, makes sense.
Just this crouched naked man in this fucking slaughterhouse.
That's what happens if you don't dress appropriately for the holiday that you're taking. You'll
God,
end
he
up.
was
in
creepy.
butchers.
The way he was just like glaring when
His
there's the kid
eyes,
there.
the effect on his eyes.
Ugh,
It was like
that weird
static.
glint.
Yeah,
Such a good actor.
yeah, really good.
Naked man. He was my favourite.
I do wonder because, like, obviously, when the big icy ball exploded, they sort of snapped out of it, right?
Yeah, the hive mind thing.
Yeah. So it's like, what kind of witchcraft, magic, Santa magic, like, was going on? You know, that he had them all sort of mesmerized like that, or under a spell, sort of, to work for him and kill for him, steal kids for him.
Like bees, where now the Queen Santa has died, one of them is going to have to step up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh well, that would have opened it up for a
A sequel.
Yeah.
sequel. If one of the Santas that they were trying to train, one of the helpers that they were trying to train, didn't quite manage to become the perfect Santa.
Mm.
I've not watched Big Game, which was the next film.
Oh, there is a sequel to this.
No.
Oh.
But it has the young boy is in it, a bit older, and Samuel L. Jackson is in it as the President of the United States.
What?
Their plane crashes in Finland. Air Force One crashes in Finland, and the little boy has to help him survive.
Oh, so it's in the same universe?
I don't think so.
Oh.
No. But it would have been great if there was loads of naked old men they got to defend the president from. That would have been great.
Yeah, naked old men upset by 2 points minimum.
Yeah.
Christ. Oh my goodness. What else was there? The kid that he was with as well. His friend was a bit of a...
Yuso.
Yeah.
He reminded me of the sort of kids that you get in what's his name? Is it Rufio? The guy from Hook?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just like the mullet and the earring. Just
the one
reminds
with
me
the
of
red
that.
hair.
Yeah.
Oh,
that era
man.
of child actor.
Yeah.
That era of child actor.
She's not wrong.
Yep.
I love that film.
He's the cooler older kid who, like, when he has the cigarette in his mouth and he's like, got a light? And then Pitari's father just, like, takes the cigarette out of his mouth.
Well,
Like, what are you doing?
It was really weird as well, because when the beginning of the film had the guy who's the guy excavating for Santa's corpse or body or whatever,
Yeah.
and then he's got like a list of rules that said, no smoking, no cursing, no
No
this,
loitering.
yeah, it's like, why? Like, to be on your best behavior around Santa?
Yeah, you got to be a good boy.
Okay.
Got to be a good boy because it annoys the helpers. They get angry if you're not a good boy. If you don't wash behind your ears, then you're not a good boy.
I see.
And
Well, because as soon as he swore, like, all of his friends got killed. They all disappeared.
and the boss got like a
Oh.
fucking pickaxe or something right into the top of his head.
You did, didn't you?
Are you
was a bad
eating? What
boy.
have you got?
Sorry. I have a sandwich on the side.
She's got a sandwich.
And I couldn't help but eat one of the crumbs. I'm
You eating a
sorry.
single crumb
I
of a
ate
sandwich.
I ate a crumb. It was
And I
just
was like, what are you eating? What's going on?
yes.
What have you got? I need to know what it is you have.
It's like when a dog walks into a room and you can tell there's something in its mouth because it's holding its sort of face a little bit differently. You're like, what have you got?
Come on, G, spit it out. What you got there?
Oh my
Is that
god.
gingerbreads?
So I ordered like chicken last night, and it was like left over, and then just put in a sandwich with some lettuce and stuff, and got a chicken sandwich.
Beautiful.
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 Well,
Who did you think that, the very first guy, like the guy who was paying for him to be excavated? I was
Yes.
expecting him to be something from folklore, but I couldn't figure
I
out
thought
who
he would have
was
been
meant to be.
Oh.
I thought he would have been one of the elves because he kind of looked a little bit.
yeah.
He's a
Elfie.
small man.
Yeah.
looked
They
like
called
a
him. They called him the
penguin.
derogatory term for a little person.
They called him the M word.
Oh, they did,
Mhm.
didn't they? Yeah. What about that?
He was just a man who was obsessed with Santa ever
From
since
his
he was a little
childhood.
boy.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
completely
Yeah.
normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Obviously. Of course
Yeah,
he's
sure,
British. Because he, wants to go to another country and take something that isn't his.
Belongs in a museum.
Are you still upset about the Elgin marbles, G-Star Games?
I'm not even. I'm Cypriot. It's different. I'm not. I mean, I am Greek Cypriot, but I'm not Greek. There's a difference.
You can tell from her accent.
Yeah, I'm very Greek. I don't know if the new listeners could tell. I'm from Cyprus. No, I'm from Australia, but I am half Cypriot. So, but
We
yeah,
need to get some more Australian films, more separate films. There aren't any northern films for Yorkshire. They don't exist. We don't do films.
We need to watch Kess.
No, we don't. We don't need to watch
One of the
Kes.
most depressing films ever
Please don't make me
made.
watch Kes. We could watch Threads.
When he throws the bird into the fire.
Yeah.
what's
the film, right?
What is that? What do you got? Is it something from Yorkshire?
Kes is about
British?
a boy and a kestrel. And yeah, it's a sad film. But Threads, we could watch Threads. That's based in Sheffield.
Jesus. Is there anything not depressing from the north we could watch? I guess we could watch
the
one
Harry
of the
Hill-
Wallace and Gromits.
Yeah, the Harry Hill film is set in Blackpool.
Where's
I have
the
not watched
full
that, and I
Monty?
love Harry Hill.
Oh, good. You're going to love
Well,
it.
What are you
Well,
saying, Bryony?
I heard.
Where's the full Monty set?
Oh, that's up north. Yeah. Because of mining,
That's
right?
Sheffield. Oh, and
Sheffield.
the other one, Brassed Off. Is that?
Oh, Christ. Brassed off. Fucking hate that film.
Film based in Yorkshire.
Yorkshire.
Yorkshire. All right, you've got inbred. You've got Kez.
Off to a strong
Did you
start.
say inbred?
Inbred.
Oh,
Wuthering
is it about
Heights.
a bakery?
No, it's about
Is it
the
a
young
pun?
offenders and their care workers visit the remote Yorkshire village of Mortlake, which prides in keeping itself to itself. A minor incident with the locals rapidly escalates into a blood-soaked, deliriously warped nightmare.
The Railway Children with Bernard Cribbins.
The Secret Garden.
Kinky Boots, isn't that?
The
set
secret.
in
Oh my God.
Yorkshire?
They play Kinky Boots at the fucking... all of the places that put on, like, Cabaret in Blackpool. They're like, yeah, let's put that. Oh, Rita,
Jesus.
Sue and Bob too. Fabulous.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah, Sharp's Justice. Lad, a Yorkshire story. That doesn't sound
Ooh.
fun at all, does it?
Lad.
Lad.
Oh, Calendar Girls. I've got some
Oh,
trivia
Jesus.
for Calendar Girls. You know that film where the ladies take their clothes off for charity and they make a calendar out of it?
Yeah.
My auntie was one of the original Calendar Girls.
Oh my God.
She did it. My uncle took pictures of all the naked ladies.
What?
Did she
I can't
need
remember.
bigger buns?
Yeah, I can't remember which her. I think her. I'm trying to remember which page she was. She was
my
June or
God,
July.
Oh, I think she was July. She was the one who had the big empty bucket in between her legs.
Oh my God.
Probably. The original Calendar Girls calendar.
Oh my God.
Anyway, that
I
was
can't.
my Auntie Linda.
Auntie Linda.
Good old
Shout
Auntie
out.
Linda.
Thanks, Auntie Linda. She was on telly. Oh my God, I found a picture of her.
You're going to have to post it in the general chat on the Yogscast recording server.
Yep, here we go.
I'm going to have to see this picture
Right, wait a
posted
second.
there for
I nearly
everyone to
posted it
see in the Yogscast.
It's
With
no,
no
it's fine.
context.
So this is the group picture of them all, right? And
That's actually very classy.
That's
yeah,
very
my
classy.
Auntie Linda is the one in the middle with the grey hair. I think she's painting a
Powerful-
picture on the
Powerful
easel.
gilf energy.
Stop.
She's my grandma's sister. So,
Oh.
she's so annoying. She's really weird, but
Oh.
Jesus, you can't
she's
just
very
say
weird.
that.
She likes to stare at us, like me and Rosie. She doesn't really know how to hold a proper conversation. She just kind of like stare and stuff.
Maybe she's just on the spectrum.
Probably, yeah. She does seem like the type. Because I think our whole
Oh my
family is
God.
on the spectrum, to be honest. Our
As
whole
long as she's
family
not
is just a bit
there.
strange.
She's just there looking, thinking, yeah, make a great calendar.
I
Maybe
make a great
yes.
calendar.
Oh no,
there's
it
a
just
picture.
reminds
She's
me
got
of the.
Palette. Oh, right, there you go. There's one. Have some old ladies without their clothes on. They're all in the nip. Bloody hell.
Oh my
God.
Lord.
Hubba. I recognize the one with the bob haircut. No. Is that a bob
Why the
haircut? What
fuck?
is that?
Yeah, the bouffant sort of hairdo. There's a picture of her on, like, a licensable picture of my Auntie Linda and Uncle Terry. What are you doing? Licensable. You can pay for. I could pay for a picture of my Auntie Linda and Uncle Terry from Ellery Photos. That's.
Yeah, gift
Get
it
it
to
to
them
them
for
for
Christmas.
I might do. I bought
Oh my God.
Can you sign this for me, Auntie Linda?
Auntie Linda,
Did you
could you
sign
please?
this?
And, oh my God, I recognise the pictures. Like, I recognise their house. They took these pictures in their house. I've been there. I've been where these naked ladies are sitting.
Oh,
bit
my-
of
This episode
history.
of Yomp has just gone off in a direction I did not anticipate.
We have talked about so many things I did not expect us to be talking about today.
Yeah.
I think it's fair to balance it out. What was
Yeah.
all the naked men we've seen? We can.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
100%.
I've got all their names as well. Miss July, Linda Logan.
I tell you, the only thing I don't like about this is I have helianthrophobia, which is the fear of sunflowers. So I'm just staring at that little flower, just
How
like,
is-
oh.
I don't mean to, Briony, I don't mean to insult something very important related to mental health, but are you fucking kidding me? A phobia of sunflowers?
Yeah.
I
That's
get it.
so specific.
They're
I get
so creepy.
I get it. Bryony, I get it. I'm sorry, but
Mind you,
the centre
I
of them
kind
is
of have
very
a thing
weird.
with fungus. I'm not going to lie. I kind of have a thing with fungus.
Yeah, but they
Not the biggest
absorb
fan.
vitamin D if you leave them in the window.
It's that same film. You know when you ever see a film or a TV show where this is so specific, but if there's like a demon or a devil or something, but they're pretending to be a human and there's only one person who sees them for how they actually are.
Oh my god.
That's the feeling I
Fire
get
and
when I see sunflowers
right.
and everyone's like, oh, they're so happy and pretty. And I'm just there like, no, they are
So,
the void.
did you
They are
ever
horrible.
did you ever play Cuphead or Plants vs Zombies?
I'm okay with those. I could never
Right.
go into a field of them though. That's just...
So apparently,
Oh my god!
it's the feeling of disgust or fear when you see patterns with lots of holes. Sunflowers, honeycombs, sponges, seedy fruits can cause this response.
Sunflowers honeycomb, my favourite Yogscast member.
Wait a minute. I'm going to change my display name on Twitter right now.
Sunflower
do.
honeycomb.
You know, like when people announce like their baby names and you get really naff ones these days. That's like a baby name. Like,
Sunflower honeycomb, yeah.
we are looking forward to welcoming to our family Sunflower Honeycomb.
That is not wrong at all.
And I found one. I went to a shop the other day and there was Chimney Bundle. I thought it was a great name. It's like literally just a chimney bundle that you could buy. And I was like, that's a beautiful baby name, isn't it? Chimney Bundle.
I thought that I was looking through a recipe book and there was lavender porridge. And I was like, oh, lavender porridge.
Lavender
Like something from a
porridge.
Jane Austen book.
Yeah, that's a beautiful name. There's also some. Is it Genesis P. Orridge? That's a.
It reminds me of, you know, like with Benedict Cumberbatch. It reminds me of like the meme where you could say literally almost anything and you'll still recognize that I'm talking about Benedict Cumberbatch, like Bumblebee Bandersnatch, right?
Yeah.
If I said that, you'd probably be like, yeah, you're talking about Benedict Cumberbatch, right?
Yeah.
Or like Hayden Patisserie, Panini.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, I mean Al Cappuccino. You know.
Exactly.
Oh god!
Some names just work.
Timothy Trambley.
Yes.
Trampoline. I wish I had a name like that.
I can loop this back round to the film. I have it in. So we mentioned porridge.
Okay.
So the word that they were using for the naked old men was tontu, which is the Finnish for gnome. So you've got like nissa in the Norwegian. We call them gonks or gnomes. And then in Sweden, it's like tomt. But the tradition with those, you're meant to treat them kindly and they will be nice and respect your house. If you don't treat them with respect, they will play tricks on you, such as some of the tricks they will do is turn your buckets upside down or
Oh no, I hate it when that
put a
happens.
knot in your cow's tail. But you're meant to leave julgrot for them on the 24th, which is, it's sort of like porridge, but it's more like rice pudding. And that's the little treat that they have for
Oh,
to
that's
keep
such
them
a
happy.
nice Christmas fact. That's nice.
Every time I heard them say tontu, I was like, I know what they are.
Aww. That's cute. That's really
They're not
cute.
normally naked old men, though. They're normally cute little gnomes with big beards and big hats.
So sweet. I love that.
Do they have red hats because they dip it in children's blood?
Ooh. It's
Only
not
if
so
they
sweet
don't leave
anymore.
out their rice pudding.
Oh, okay. Right. I guess our final thoughts we may have on our ratings. Simon, this was a Simon pick. Well, Simon, I thought it was a solid movie. Well paced. Very short running time for a feature-length film, but it does so much with that time. And considering the budget as well, it achieves an awful lot. It just tells its weird little story, and then it's done. It's over. Credits roll. I highly recommend to people that they do watch the shorts. They're out on YouTube. There's 2 short films that predated this feature. Yeah, it's just a nice little light horror film, Christmas themed. not really spooky, but just kind of a bit weird and different. A solid little Christmas film. I rate it pretty highly. I give it 8.5 out of 10.
Whoa!
That's good.
A solid, nice list film.
I think so, because like it's a memorable film, 100% in it. Like if somebody says to me, "Have you seen, I don't know, some other boring fucking Christmas film?" I'd be like, "I don't know, I can't remember it." Like Xmas, which has been like advertised to me on Freevee.
I was going to say Feed Us to Sleigh Bells.
Excuse me.
Oh no!
Excuse me.
Oh no, Cleo.
Excuse me.
He's gone after feeders too.
Turns out I have some of the other films that one of the guys was in.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like the Alien. He did a series of Alien films that are equally absolutely terrible. I have a
Was it the
couple of
guy
them.
who was Imo, the friend who could speak English?
No, I think she's talking about the guy from Feeders.
Oh, really?
What?
What?
Who was the guy in the Alien movies?
So you know the long hair guy in Feeders?
Yeah. The guy that was doing
right.
the flashback talking, the aliens came in.
Christ.
He was
yeah.
in Time. I don't think he was in actually Time Enough. He was in the other one.
Face blindness strikes
Alien
again.
Conspiracy. Alien Conspiracy.
Man likes his aliens.
I mean, to be fair, they are amazing. This sort of shit film. Yeah, so I watched that.
Could you please talk about Rare Exports and your final thoughts and rating?
Yeah, so it's a very memorable film, and it was the perfect mix of horror and comedy, because it went creepy and then it went fucking stupid, but they weren't laughing at themselves, you know? It was that typical Finnish sense of humour where it's just like, this is comedy and we're not going to laugh about it.
Yeah.
I thought it was great.
No laughing matter.
It's no laughing matter. I thought it was really, really good. I was creeped out by the guy, one of the helpers. I thought it was a very clever story, and I gave it 7 out of 10.
Nice. Lovely. G-Star Games.
No, I want Briony to go before me.
Oh, okay.
She's our special guest.
I was pleasantly surprised. When you said a horror film, I was thinking, I've not seen a horror film in about 10 years because I'm such a baby, so I was a bit scared.
God.
But I actually was pleasantly surprised with it. But I did think that the setup and the first half was a lot stronger than the second half. For me, it went off a bit. If I had carried on maybe a different way, I probably would have gone up to like an 8 out of 10. But where it went, I think I'm a 6 out of 10. But it was, there were some amazing shots. The acting was great. And I did enjoy it a lot more than I thought I was going to with the premise. So yeah.
Nice.
Lovely.
Very, very succinct, Briony. A lot more than I am. I waffle.
We love the waffles, though.
The waffles with maple syrup.
Belgian waffles. I used to have Belgian waffles. I used to whack them in the toaster and have them and with butter on them. How the fuck am I still alive? Why are my arteries not completely clogged with sugar and butter at this stage?
So delicious.
Good genetics.
Yeah, I kind of agree with like what Briony was saying in terms of like the setup. Pretty strong. Middle was pretty strong too. I was very intrigued. I liked all the interesting little, things that they showed that then paid off, either middle to the end. But yeah, the CGI was a bit, I did like that it sort of towed the line of horror or thriller, but didn't go like too far in, because like I don't love that kind of feeling of just like the really grotesque, gory, horrible, uneasy feeling. It didn't really give me that feeling because it sort of had that the comedic sort of element to it. and didn't take itself too seriously, but it had nice tender moments as well, moments of comedy, moments of uneasiness. And like Booth said, it's very memorable too. So I think it's I was bordering between a 5 and a 6, but I will give it a 6.
I think the more that you think about it in the coming days as well will make you go, yeah, no, I think I was right to give it the highest score, because I initially gave it a 6 and I thought, actually, I'm still thinking about it today. I'm going to give it a 7.
Yeah. It's like the same with Beverly Loughlin, because I'm thinking, oh, okay. And then, you think about it more and you're like, wait a minute, actually. So yeah, I think it's a 6.
Some of the things that have happened in that film that you witnessed, you've never seen before.
Yeah.
And it'll stick with you. Those weird images. You're going to have nightmares of naked old men in the forest chasing you down.
Nightmares?
Because you've been a naughty girl.
So that's a normal dream for me. The thing is, we say this a lot, but Briony, but she can't. Her dreams are so vivid. She has trouble telling them apart from real life.
Funnily enough, I was on the comfort zone.
Yeah, we've been talking about this.
Oh my god,
Isn't that
brilliant.
funny? Yeah,
and also it links up. So Briony has a podcast with a friend Kirsty that I've been on, and now G's been on, called The Comfort Zone, where they talk about dreams and all sorts of really nice, lovely, cozy things. And I had a wonderful time. I don't know about you, G-Star.
I did. We talked about dreams, definitely, it's like what we were doing today. We talked about the movie and stuff, but there was a lot of branching out into all sorts of other things. So, which is really nice. I like when it's, when you can have a discussion about the main thing, but also other random tidbits as well. So, but thank you for having me on. It was lovely.
Well, thank you for having me on here. It's been lovely.
Oh, it's been lovely having both of you on.
We're not done yet, though. We're not done yet. Don't say our goodbyes just yet. We've got to go through the trivia for this film.
I love the trivia for this film. It's really good.
Bryony, did you find any bit of trivia?
Well, I know that the son is actually the son of the guy who played his dad. They are actually father and son. And also that Kate Blanchett really liked the film.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that on Wikipedia, and it had its little footnote thing that links to the source. I clicked on that, and it's like a GQ article that doesn't quote her, it just states as a fact. So it's like a second-hand source stating that Kate Blanchett thinks this is one of her favourite films. I think that's bullshit. I think that is bullshit and a lie.
It probably was just some offhand, remark that she made, and then they were just like, yeah. I mean, it's not that unusual for a celebrity to have watched a film like this. They're not aliens from outer space. They do regular, normal stuff. I know, right? I know. But they are just normal people.
Some of them are aliens from outer space.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Hard agree on that one. But, some of them are normal, right? Some of them are actually okay.
Oh my God, you're so beautiful. Has anyone get any work done around here? Oh my God, I want to take you for lunch. Come on, guys. How'd you get any work done?
Oh my.
Yeah, alien. He's a fucking alien.
He is an alien. He really is.
I thought you were being. I was watching last night. I was watching The Smell of Reeves and Mortimer, and where Vic Reeves does his impression of. Hang on, who's that fat guy? He's a fat guy that sings really deep.
Pavarotti.
No, the black guy.
Lance Armstrong?
No.
Lance Armstrong.
Louis
Barry White. Barry White.
Armstrong. Oh my God.
Barry White.
Fuck me.
Oh.
Lance Armstrong. I mean, I do.
Christ.
Oh God.
Okay.
Have you seen it, Simon? The Smell of Reeves and Mortimer, where he's being Barry White, and
Probably
He's talking to a length.
30 years
He's
ago.
He's chatting up a length of copper pipe.
That sounds like something he would do.
Yeah. It's here you go. I'm going to link it. Oh, he's chatting up a pineapple in this one. But yeah,
Chatting up a pineapple. Yeah.
That's what I thought you were being.
Grossman. The Lloyd Grossman he does is my favourite.
Oh, it's really good. It is so good. But
so completely insane.
Do you like? What was it? Oh fuck! I forgot what I was going to say there. His Noel, Bob Mortimer's Noel. What's his face?
Edmonds?
Yes.
Noel Edmonds.
Noel Edmonds.
We're talking about gnomes again.
Noel Edmonds.
He's a gnome.
He is.
His name is almost Gnome.
Gnome Edwards.
When you think about it.
I might actually write that down as a...
Do that as a tweet later, yeah. So yeah, the mountain is historically in Finnish folklore the home of Father Christmas. And this is supposedly where the location of his workshop is, where toys, trinkets, and gifts are supposed to be made by the little helpers, the elves. And the name is Korvatintiri. Can you please stop posting these pictures? Fucking Lloyd Grossman is so good. Okay, so the name in English is Ear Fell because of the distinctive profile of the mountain. Did you think the mountain at any point looked like an ear?
No.
Why? It's so strange. I've looked at a few pictures of it, and it never looks like an ear to me. So I'm not quite sure. It must be a Finnish thing.
Well, in Cyprus, there's like a mountain called Bendadaktilo, which is like 5 fingers.
Is that in Xylophagou?
No, it's not in Xylophagou. It's just one of the mountains that you can see in Cyprus. But it's called Bendadaktilo, which is 5 fingers, and it looks like, like a god or a giant imprinted like a handprint or like 5 fingers.
Wow.
Or the opposite of a handprint, because they're sticking out of the ground. What? Anyway, people have claimed the ear-shaped structure of the fell allows Santa Claus to hear the wishes of every child on Earth.
Sure.
Aww.
Yeah.
And of course, the guy who played Pietaru's father, is also he stars in the same director made the film Sisu, which was about a former legendary Finnish commando and gold prospector who attempts to secure his gold and defend himself from a Nazi death squad. And that's supposedly a very cool, violent film. But it's got the same actor by the same director. Whoa. He's in everything. They everything.
He's just in everything. He's everywhere all at once. He's the only Finnish actor in Finland.
Apparently, because the same actors in the shorts as well. Not like the short trousers. I mean the rare export short films.
Yeah.
Anyway, G-Star Games, did this film do well at the box office? What was its budget?
So the budget, this is confusing because it's giving me like euro and then dollars. So the budget was 1.8 million in euro, but then at the box office it made 4 million, roughly around 4 million.
Dollars,
yes, that's in dollars. So I think that was it seems like a success, I guess.
Sure. For like a low-budget movie.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, exactly.
It did fine. And we always ask, would this make a good video game?
Yeah.
The sequence at the very end where they train the weird old men to be Santa Claus.
Yeah.
I can kind of picture that being a game.
It could be like, what's that? No, don't shake the baby. They're like, it's not cooking mama, but you're just baby mama. But it could be like that, but with looking after Santas.
Looking after Santas.
You gotta make sure they don't shake the baby. Santa, what are you doing? No.
Santa!
It's like Build-A-Bear,
no good.
but we're building a Santa. Got to train him. Like the Santa,
Is it like one of those...
Santa camp.
There's like these princess games, Japanese princess games, where you've got to like make the perfect woman. It's like that.
Yeah.
Got to train them up.
Like Nintendo.
You make the perfect daughter,
Oh, yeah.
which makes it even weirder.
Stop.
I have Nintendogs, but it's like Nintontu. Just training them up to be
That's
good.
so fucking clever. Oh, will you
Yeah.
stop it? You're making us look bad,
It's too
Briony.
clever. It's too clever. It stops being funny, though.
What?
When
That's
jokes are
Briony.
too clever, I just
She's too clever and she's not
Wow.
funny now.
no.
Okay, I'll try and bring it
Simon-
round.
Yeah.
Simon Honeydew, women can't be
Here
funny.
we go.
Yeah,
Here we go.
the
She always
tagline-
brings this up.
The
She always
tagline
brings me
can
up saying
be,
that.
if you've not got your elf, what have you got?
Jesus Christ. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Oh God. So where can people find more Briony other than the Comfort Zone podcast with you and Kirsty on the Pickaxe Podcast Network?
I stream at Briony K, twitch.tv/, and that's about it, really. Just, I'll tell you how you can find me. If you search Briony Nipple Tassel, you'll find a picture on my Twitter, and that's how you can
Right.
find all my links.
Do that.
And
That
you can see
is
Simon
Google.
replying to it going, Briony!
Oh,
Quickest
you do.
way to find
you
me.
do. There
Yeah.
you go.
And there's a
love
lot
that
of
picture.
nipples. There's a lot of
I
nipples.
really love that picture though. That's so cute.
I think I'm spelling tassel wrong. Is the L at the end?
Yeah, ELS.
What?
Oh my god, that is the cutest little
T-A-
hat.
TASSELS.
Can
Briony
you
is
post it? Can you post it in the chat so I can see what I said?
let me just
You put Briony in all caps and an exclamation point. That's what you wanted.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Briony!
That's how
Briony
I heard
Bun.
it when I read it.
Oh yeah, that's my
Briony
Twitter.
Bun on Twitter.
See, that's the
There's the
problem. I can never
podcast.
get my name on anything. So it's like Briony Bun there, Briony Bun somewhere else. It's just
It's a
the
challenge,
nipple
isn't
tassel
it?
is the best way to find me.
It's smart.
It's a
Smart,
solid way of
marketing.
finding you, to be honest.
Yeah, smart marketing.
We love Briony. Thank you so much for being on this podcast with us.
Well, thank you so much for having me and for getting me to watch a film that I otherwise would not have watched.
You'll
That's the
find we do a lot
beauty.
of that here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my role in all of this. You're going to sit down and you're going to fucking watch it. So we got to do some... did we do some rolling this week?
I guess we do. I'm not sure when we're actually going to record the next episode. After Jingle Jam, probably.
Aye.
Should we do a roll anyway?
Yeah, we'll do it on the normal lists. Briony can join in and have a look and be excited.
Oh my god, the
Ooh.
normal
Okay.
list. I
Our
haven't.
normal list.
I-
It's been 4 weeks.
It feels like so much longer. I don't even remember what.
It feels like only yesterday to me.
All right, so we got to remind people of what's
Yes.
on the list.
So, on my list, I have In the Mouth of Madness, Heathers, Johnny Mnemonic, Murder Ahoy, Krull, and Doom. A lot of weird, dark films, and then a 1960s murder mystery comedy with Margaret Rutherford as Miss Marple. Strange selection.
Wonderful.
G has Ocean's 11, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Sea of Love, Alien, Shutter Island, and Coraline. And Sophie has Labyrinth, The Hidden, Rufus, Blowout, Total Recall, and Cemetery Man. Let's do our rolls. So here we go. A D6 to see what number on each of our lists. 4, which means it will be Murder Ahoy, or Alien, or Blowout.
Oh dear.
Okay. Solid selection of films. Okay, so a 1 or a 2 will be Simon, a 3 or a 4 will be G, a 5 or a 6 will be Sophie. It's a 3. We're watching G's film Alien.
Yay!
G
Of course.
fucking won again. What bullshit.
Kicking off the new year right, I say.
Oh.
I
Well,
can't believe you've done this.
it's not me. God, it's the dice.
Alien, a film I've watched about 20 times. Gonna watch it again.
You love
I'm not
that
even
though,
angry.
Simon. You like familiarity. You know.
I
Like
do,
the comfortable,
I do.
the familiar.
It's autism, basically. it's
He hears
autism.
change.
Right.
He doesn't like it.
Okay. Oh, once again, thank you so much, Briony, for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me.
Oh,
So sweet. I love her. She's so
So
sweet.
That's
polite.
Briony nipple tassels. If you search that.
Oh, have a Merry Christmas. Oh, by the time this has gone out, Christmas has already been and gone.
Hope you had a
but I
nice
hope you had a
Christmas.
nice one.
We hope you had
Yeah.
a nice Christmas. Thank you for joining me, Briony Nipple Tassel, Sunflower Honeycomb, and
And Garbo.
and Garbo on this special Yomp
You're Garbo, I'm
episode.
Bingo. Stupid.
Call me Garbo! I'm very sensitive!
Bye.
Bye. Hi everyone, thank you so much for tuning into this episode. We hope you enjoyed it, and we hope you enjoyed this whole year of Yomp. Thank you to everyone who supported us over on the Patreon, from the mini Yomper all the way through to the Giga Yomper. Special shout out, obviously, to our Giga Yompers. Thank you, Native Blood, Lawrence Thibodeau, CPDIJ, Scott5877, I'm a Robot, Luck, and Enki. You guys are amazing. Thank you for supporting us, and we can't wait to start again in the new year. But in the meantime, happy Christmas and happy holidays. Love from the guys at Yomp.